Been tricked many times in this life by family members, friends, hoes on the internet. Don't let nobody trick y'all. I thought that was my cash. I know it's mine. But don't let nobody trick y'all, even if it's family, you know? And I tell stories about my mom. It's not me bashing my mom, but it's just a part of my life. Like, my mom has done that so much. It wasn't until I started doing YouTube many years after this, like 3 years after this situation, I started doing YouTube. And one day my mama had called me. She was like, Peaches, you a good mom. You do so much with your kids. I wish I would have did stuff like that with y'all. Because I take my kids to parks, to beaches. I read to them. Like, I was just very involved, hands-on, especially with Gregory McKay. I always tell McKay, out of all the kids, he got the best, you know, core fundamental years. Those core ages are 0 to 8. So between 0 and 8, I was just always there, hands-on, cooking, cleaning, tucking him in at night, praying with him, reading him a story every night. He got the best version of me. The rest of my kids didn't. So when I think about that, especially McIntyre, I get emotional about him. McIntyre, I got the worst version of me in his most important years. So I always think about that. But he's so sweet and reserved. You cool with your mom now? No, I don't talk to my mom. It's almost been a year since I've talked to anybody in my family. I don't talk to anybody in my family. I got one cousin, my cousin that's making between $40,000 and $50,000 on social media. That's my only cousin that I follow on social media. Other than that, anybody in my family that got the same blood as me, I don't follow them. Most of them block. Thank you. So I done been through situations like that. I could tell you guys more, like with my mom, with being manipulated by my mom and other people. I remember one time I wanted a car. I had the money for the car. Me and my mama looking for the car. I wanted a Nissan Maxima. That's all I wanted. Like, you know, black girls in the hood back in the day, that's all we want. We want an Altima or a Maxima. If you get a Maxima, because y'all know Altima's cheap as hell. If you get a Maxima, ho, you doing your big one. So I wanted me a Nissan Maxima. Me and my mama went out for like 3 days in a row looking for this car. Could not find this car. The one day I don't go looking because I'm tired, I'm pregnant with Choice. This hoe called me and say, Peaches, I bought a car. And I say, you bought a car? She wasn't even looking for a car. Like, I'm looking for a car. Y'all have a car? She was like, yeah, I got a car. I'm like, well, what kind of car did you buy? She was like, I got a Nissan Maxima. I'm like, what? She was like, yeah, but it's only one problem. I don't got enough money. Can you help me with the rest of the money? Y'all, I literally got out of my bed and went and paid for this car. And she said she was going to pay me back. I almost had to fight this lady to get my money back after this. She didn't want to pay me my money. It was a mess. But I was like, this bitch really. Her car broke down anyways. That's when she didn't want to pay me time. That car was ragged. I ain't got to pay you. That raggedy car. Bitch, I want my money back. So we was about to fight. Then another time was with a bed. And I tell this story all the time so people know. But me and my mama went out looking for me a bed. I wanted a bed. And we went to bed cop. I found the bed I want. Y'all know that brown bed, that bed cop with the big poles. I'm like, oh, I want this bed. And my mom was like, that's crazy. They ain't gonna give you no discount. I'm finna pay for it cash. She was like, that's crazy. They're not gonna give you no discount. You finna pay cash. You shouldn't buy that bed. That bed costs too much. I wouldn't dare buy that bed for all that money, blah, blah, blah. So I listened to her. And then we go to Ashley's Furniture where I found my other bed. The video we just watched, I showed my gold bed. I got that from Ashley's Furniture, which I love that bed too. So it was okay. But y'all, probably like a week later, I go to my mama's house. She was like, Peaches, come upstairs. And she never tell me to come upstairs. So I'm like, what? Okay. She was like, I want you to come in my room. I go in my room. This bitch got the bed. I was like, you told me that this bed was too much. She was like, too much money for you, but I can afford it. And she put on her bed cock account. She still got that bed to this day, too. My bed, when I got off Section 8, I gave it to my cousin. My cousin still got my bed to this day. She had posted it on Facebook. I was like, oh, she still got the bed I gave her. That's so cool. But yeah, so like I've been tricked like that multiple times in my life. I just told y'all my sister tricked me out of a whole ball outfit. You have to be smarter than that. And this is when I say, like, I learned later in life, like, my mama was jealous. Even when I moved out my house when I was going broke, my mama was like, come live with me. You could save. That bitch got me so many times. She talking about, come live with me. You gonna save money. You my child. I love my child. So I'm like, I'm finna go stay with my mama. I'm broke. I'm finna go stay with my mama. I gotta get my mind right. I'm going crazy, right? My brother was like, bitch, you dumb. That lady be talking about you every day. That hoe don't like you. She just wants you to come stay with you to humiliate you. She jealous, my brother Elwood. And I'm like, nah, that's my mom. My mom love me. Like, that's my mom. My mom not jealous of me. I thought my brother was crazy. And he lives with my mom, so like he knows. I don't know. I don't live with her. Y'all, when I went to live with my mama, I cried all night that first night. So I'd go to sleep late. When I finally wake up in the morning, this hoe having a party. She having a pool party. I walk downstairs. I'm smelling food. I walk downstairs. Every family member is at my mama's house. Even people who have never been to my mama's house, who she don't even like, are at my mama's house. As soon as I walk downstairs, she was like, oh, everybody. Peach is living with me now. She broke. Bitch. Oh, my God. I called Wood boo crying. Wood, I'm about to go crazy around this bitch. Wood. He was like, I told you not to move. I told your dumb ass you don't listen to me. So it's like stuff like that. I promise y'all, these is true stories. This is true story. It took for all of that stuff to happen for me to finally realize this lady do not like my ass. This hoe hate me. Your parents can hate you. Your parents can be narcissistic. I'm not the only person that has been through things like that. I just decided finally enough was enough, and that was it. Even when I went to the shelter, guys, Gregory was I think McKay was in 7th grade. I want to say he was in 7th grade. If he was either in 6th or 7th. But Gregory and my niece Poo Poo, they the same exact age, like grade level. My nephew Kari is a grade ahead of them. So and they all go to the same school. When we go to the shelter, our first night in the shelter, my mom was like, come to breakfast with her. I'm like, no, I don't want to go because I already know, like, me and this lady don't really get along. She was like, come on, I'm going to take you to the casino. Everybody know I love the casino. I've been gambling since I was 18. I love the casino. You want to kidnap me? Invite me to the casino. I got my own money now, so it's probably going to be hard, but invite me to the casino. I'll probably come. So anyway, she tell me to come for breakfast at the casino. When we get there, my sister and my niece come. I'm like, well, what the fuck they doing here? My niece ain't even at school. Gregory at school, like. And the first thing she say, so how was your first night in the shelter? That's exactly what that hoe did. My nostrils got like this. I said, really? Because if my son and my sister daughter go to the same school and they're in the same grade and being in a shelter is an embarrassing experience, why would you disclose that information to my niece? And she's going to go tell everybody. Then you're going to tell my business to my sister and Kiki about it. Man, I cussed that lady out. I was like, you don't got nothing to say to me. Like, my stepdaddy was trying to calm me down. I just left, like, fuck this hoe. And I just left. And everybody in my family after that knew I was in a shelter. They was talking about me, laughing at me. My brother cussed me out. You in a shelter about a nigga, hoe? Like, just, y'all know how my brother acts. It was just like a devastating experience. And then the only person that helped me, like offered to help me, was my cousin Pam. My cousin Pam told you know how my brother act. I ain't lying. My cousin Pam came up to me, and this is how I really knew, like, my whole family know I'm in a shelter. This hoe really went and told everybody. Like, you went and told everybody, bitch, I'm your daughter. But then she hold my sister's secrets. My sister can be going through something. Her kids could do something. They won't tell me. But my business, the whole family could know my business. But their business, it's military. It's nobody gonna know. That's another way you can find out if your mama hates you, like don't like you. If she won't tell you none of your siblings' business, but she'll tell them all of your business, that hoe don't like you, stop fucking with her, distance yourself. Even if you choose to talk to her, just don't never tell her none of your business. They don't really fuck with you like that, like they fuck with their other children. I had to learn that. But anyways, my cousin Pam had came up to me and she was like, Peaches, you and your kids could come stay with me. I won't charge you. I make room for you. And I was like, Pam, I don't need to stay with you. She was like, I heard you in the shelter. And I was like, I am, but it's nice. I'm okay. I'm good. I still got videos to this day of me and my kids in the shelter. I always say when I buy my house cash, I'm going to finally do that video of like, this is what we came from. This is where we stayed. I got the videos. I'm just holding on to them. But shelter life for me wasn't bad. It was the best experience of my life after failure. For everybody that's paying me, let me start texting y'all back. Shelter experience for me when I changed my perspective and stopped looking at like, oh, I'm a failure, I'm at my lowest, bitch, I can't believe I'm right here, you know? And I started looking at the positive, like these people not judging me, they not mistreating me like my mama do. They're not telling my business to everybody. Like, they're encouraging me. They're telling me how amazing I am. They have all these different resources. They feeding us breakfast, lunch, dinner. You get to keep your food stamps. All my kids in daycare, free diapers, free washing powder, free laundromat. Like, this shit is the bomb. Oh, my goodness, right? So for me, my shelter experience was a positive one. It wasn't dramatic. Me and my kids stayed in one room in bunk beds. We had 2 sets of bunk beds, so 4 bunk beds. With just me, and at the time I had 5 kids, with just me and my 5 kids, and we just shared a bathroom with another family. So for me, that had 5 kids as well, it wasn't a horrible experience. My kids had all their covers like they normally do, like themed covers. They all had tablets to watch because you don't have a TV in your room. Well, where we stayed, we didn't have TVs. And then for the bathroom, I fixed the bathroom up. I cleaned it real good, put a shower curtain up. Like, I kept my room clean. I kept the bathroom clean. I cleaned the little dining area. They loved me. But it was a learning experience. I had to go through that. And I don't regret